Okay, hello everybody. I got a long list here. It's Jeffrey Dick Rinskiffer Productions. Today I'm doing a Q&A dedicated to lovable Hatsune Miku. She has asked me 37 questions. I did say, give me all the questions you have, so I should have saw that coming. Plus, I did need some more comments, since she was the only one that participated. I'm dedicating this one just entirely to her. So, starting off with question 1. What made you realize Ito was your favorite character from my Shinju story and why? Well, what made me realize he was my favorite character was just, again, that childhood youth that I love seeing in kids. You know, my mom used to babysit kids. I've been around little kids since I've been growing up because my mom's been a babysitter. I've helped her babysit. I have watched these kids grown from babies. They're they're in elementary school now, and one's in middle school now. I mean, dear Lord, they grow up so fast, but when they're children, they're just. You get the best reactions out of kids, and everything is real. They're not faking things. And I just see that in Ito, and that's why I like him so much. His reactions are genuine. He's not a prick yet, like most kids are when they grow up. Once you lose that innocence in your childhood, you kind of become a prick. Everybody does, one way or another, whether you intentionally mean to or if it's not intentionally. Still, everybody's a prick every now and then, but not kids. Who's your least favorite character from the story so far? I have to say the father. He's a deadbeat father, and honestly, if I met the person, I'd probably kick his ass, hands down. Has my story made you think of someone who's been in a similar situation with the characters from the story? Yes, a lot. I will not say who. I'm not giving a description because they will know who I'm talking about. They know who they are. But yes, I do know people who've gone through that situation. I've said it before in the reactions I've done. Least favorite holiday and why? I know yours is Christmas. I wish I could change that, but I'm not. Um, Least favorite holiday? I guess Valentine's Day, because I'm always alone on Valentine's Day. I mean, I'm part Irish, so I love St. Patty's Day. I love Halloween because of all the free candy. Thanksgiving I love because I get to spend time with my family. Same with Christmas, and everything's just happier on Christmas for my family. It's the one time a year we can put all the bullshit aside, or at least try to, and just be nice to each other. But yeah, Valentine's Day. Thanks for the free chocolates, but yeah, screw you. Okay, what do you love about being an American? My freedom. My freedom of speech, the freedom to say, do whatever I want, choose whatever religious belief I wish. If I want to be, follow a little bit of Catholicism, I do believe in the morals of Catholicism. Be good to thy neighbor, don't steal, don't kill. I believe in those morals. Those are really good morals, and the stories do go with that. But I also believe in a little bit of Buddhism and Catholicism. The whole believe in yourself, inner peace, yin and yang, good within evil, evil within good, man and woman, sun and moon. You can't have one without the other. So that's a big thing I love. I can't really say much about the food. Our food, well, I guess I can. American food is literally foods from different cultures that we have modified for us. We have taken our culture and integrated with the cultures of others to make amazing food. Food is the best one of the many cultural ways to spread culture. I know I messed that up, but film, art, music, that's one. Food is another, and I forget what the third one is. Literature, poetry. So you got your film, music, art. So your more vocal ones, and then, well, I guess not art. Art would be under literature, art, stuff like that. But there's a bunch of ways to spread culture. But food, movies are one of the best ways to do so, and so is literature. Okay, so if you could fix something in our friendship, what would it be and why? I wouldn't fix anything. I think we got a perfect relationship right here as best friends. I mean, you're there for me when I need you. I'm there for you when you need someone. So I really wouldn't change anything. Okay, name 3 or more favorite memories you have in your life. Okay, I'm going to do the 3. Uh, 3 favorite memories. Well, I guess considering what happened Sunday and everything, a memory I do cherish more now than anything is with my cousin. I just remember him. We were fishing and everything, and then we started looking for clams, and then we actually walked across my grandma's lake lot. It was that shallow. From our end to the opposite end, it was that shallow. We just went around and picked up clams, and that night he also dared me to eat a roasted grasshopper, which I did. It wasn't that bad from memory. I mean, I'm pretty sure if it was god awful, I would remember it being god awful. But I don't remember it being god awful, so I guess roasted cricket wasn't that bad. But I do cherish that memory. Uh, Another memory I cherish is when I graduated from high school, and both my grandmas and grandpas, my one grandfather who passed away a couple years ago, he was sick and couldn't make it, but he was so proud of me, and to see his face and the face of my other grandma and grandpa, and it just made me smile and be happy. Same goes when I got my Windsor Way Award. Uh, Again, I was actually nominated by. There were 3 people trying to nominate me, but my biology teacher, Mr. Ford, he actually got the nomination for me. My shop teacher was going to nominate me, and the art teacher was going to nominate me for the Windsor Way Award. So that was awesome. And to notice that 3 teachers actually thought I was worth getting this award. So that was an awesome memory. And going up there with Mr. Ford, and I hope he's doing okay. Last time I saw and talked to him, I think he had cancer, and you could tell in his face he was very weak. So I'm really hoping and praying that he's okay and everything. I haven't seen him in the newspaper, in the obituary, so a lot of my teachers are old, so I do check the obituaries. It's bad, but you know, a lot of these teachers are awesome. They were awesome to me. And the substitute teachers, Papa Shakes, Mr. Carrington, even though he forgot my name, literally 5 times in one day, he asked me what was my name. So, but he was still an awesome teacher. Let's see. Number 8. What did you enjoy more, high school or college? I guess, even though I got bullied a lot in high school, I still made a lot of awesome friends, had a lot of awesome teachers. The classes were awesome. So I'm still gonna have to go with high school. I mean, yeah, college, the bullies immediately dropped, but still, I just missed so many of my friends. Some moved away to other states. Other people got jobs or went to other colleges around and stayed on dorms, and never really see them anymore, talk to them much anymore. We just kind of drifted apart. I did make new friends both at my community college and at my university, but none of them will ever replace the friends I made at high school. So I would have to say, without a doubt, high school. Okay, so for you say for me it was high school because it felt like the teachers cared about you more versus college where they could care less. That is actually very true. In some cases, I actually did have some teachers that actually did care about me passing, but that was mostly in community college. When I got to the university, the big leagues, yeah, they could just go screw themselves. I didn't care for a lot of them. Their egos is what taught the class. One of my teachers literally said on the first day, "None of you will get an A in this class. Very few of you will get a B. The vast majority of you might get a C. The rest will get a D or an F." How the hell do you start off a class with that? You're supposed to build confidence in students, not destroy their confidence. And he judged all the photography based on his own personal work, and he just let his ego rule him. And I hate teachers like that. So, number 9. What moments made you rage quit when you played your video games? Okay, before I just did my Twitch stream on Satisfactory. It's still in the early access. It's a fun game. I was playing Dead Rising 4. I was doing the Frank survival mode, like the after story after he, spoiler alert, Frank dies in Dead Rising 4. You know, it's been a few years, so hopefully you played it. If not, it is on sale on Xbox, I think, right now. It's still on sale. That's the only reason I got it, the deluxe version. But still, I was playing it, and I was really kicking ass as Zombie Frank. And then I go to do a body slam on one of the guys in the exosuit, and just before I make contact, he did a combo move that knocked me halfway across the map, killing me, making me respawn over and start killing the 3 bad guys again. 3 separate bad guys in exosuits. So at that point, I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. Screw this. I'm not dealing with this right now. That move should have happened. I should have taken him down. All I needed was a couple more hits, and that would have helped. But no, I had to restart all over because he interrupted my attack in mid-execution. And that does happen a lot in Dead Rising games, so I do call out bullshit on that all the time. That's the one factor that always makes me rage quit Dead Rising, is when my attacks are interrupted repetitively, or to the point where I can't even counterattack, because too many are swarming me. But moving on. Okay, number 10. How do you think the Shinju series will end and why? I'm interested to see how different people think with their theories. Well, honestly, I hope it ends with, God, I'm horrible with remembering names. The one girl and her older brother live with their mother, and they live happily ever after. And that's basically it. I want a happy ending. Okay, that story has really pulled on my heartstrings, emotionally. So I want to see a happy ending. So please, happy ending. Number 11. Name a moment in a movie that made you cry. Horror movies count, like Train to Busan. Joy. Oh yeah, she put the little joy emojicon. So, movie that made me cry. I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this, but, it was the Pokemon movie with Celebi. I was very little when I watched it, and I thought Celebi had died, and I was so sad. I did cry a little bit. But it was my first time watching the movie, and I told my friends no spoilers, and yeah, I was very young, so please cut me some slack for that. And I guess another movie would actually be American Sniper. The fact that that movie was based off of a real person and the events that unfolded, it truly was sad, and I have to say I have never, ever, all the times, I'm 24 years old, I've been going to the movie theaters for a very long time. In my 24 years, I had never left a movie theater in complete and utter silence. The whole theater was in silence. That movie was very powerful. It is a very good movie. I recommend you see it. Okay, 12. Do you have a bucket list? Yes, I actually do. I think everybody should have a bucket list. I have actually done some of the things on my bucket list, which was actually spontaneous and just happened. I didn't plan to do those things. Like, one of the things on my bucket list was to meet a national hero, and I did, by complete accident. It was in Cape Canaveral, Florida. I was at NASA. They had the Atlantis exhibit. I just looked over to my screen here for a second, and it just glitched horribly bad. But anyways, back to my story. We were visiting NASA, and the Atlantis exhibit had a soft opening, and we went there. We had some time left, so we went there. We did the little tour. They had a little video thing, and They had you waiting in this hallway, and I'm just looking. I'm seeing all the pilots who ever flew, or all the astronauts a part of the Atlantis project. And then a guy walks by me, and I'm just looking at that. He kind of walks past me. I look at him, and then I look back at the picture, and look back at the guy, and I look at my dad like, Dad, Dad, that's him. That's him. His name was Bob Springer. He's actually from Missouri, and I consider all astronauts a national hero because, you know, they put their lives on the line, especially after what happened with the Challenger and everything. I think it was the Challenger. You know, it's very dangerous going up there and coming back down. Anything can happen. So they are national heroes for science. And I actually got to meet one by complete coincidence. Because usually it was like, I think, $80 or something to get a photograph with an astronaut and $100 and something to have lunch with an astronaut. I got to meet an astronaut for free. That was awesome and totally unexpected. And you should see my dad's face. It lit up. We actually did get a picture with him. I do share it on MeWe every now and then. But that was like the coolest moment. And I was so glad I actually got to cross that off my bucket list early. And again, it was completely unexpected. Let's see. Okay, we're already in 60 minutes. Let's try to do this. Okay, 13. If you could meet any video game character, who would it be and why? Oh, so many characters. Jesus. Oh, God. I'm going to need to think on this for a second. There are so many I want to meet. I guess the Master Chief. I gotta ask him, why? Why do you do everything you do? Like, I know they're part of the Spartan program and everything. They were kind of abducted as children. John was abducted as a child and forced to go through this, but you're in a power armor suit with an AI on your side. Why not just go rogue and, you know, be like the stormtroopers from the Clone Wars series and just go live up on your own? You fought the good fight. So why not just call it quits and take the well-deserved victory lap you deserve? You saved Earth. You saved Earth numerous times, both on Earth and from the Halos. And from the Forerunners. And whatever the hell came out in Halo 5. I didn't care for Halo 5 that much. But, why don't you just take a vacation? You have earned it. Of all the Spartans in the program, you, John Sear 117, have earned it. Let's see. If we met in person, who do you think would be the bigger nerd and why? Well, when it comes to Vocaloid and Pokemon, definitely you. When it comes to video games in general, and some animes and cartoons, me. Especially American cartoons and some Canadian. I actually didn't realize so many of my favorite cartoon shows growing up were actually made in Canada. So thank you, Canada. God bless Canada. Okay, so let's see. 15. If we didn't become friends, do you think your life would still be the same or not? You know, I actually think that all the time about all my friends. Because, like you, Miku, I have a lot of friends that are depressed, suicidal. There's one friend in particular that actually did thank me. She said, if it wasn't for you, I probably would have killed myself. And if also not for you, I would have given up on ever finding someone. She actually did find someone. She got engaged. I'm still waiting to hear for the wedding. She lives in the UK, but, you know, it kind of makes me wonder if I never befriended that person and wasn't there for them when they needed someone, what would the outcome be? The same with you, Miku. I think my life would be very different, but having you in my life is awesome. You're an amazing friend, and I'm glad and thankful you were in my life and our paths have crossed. That is destiny. Okay. 16. Have you ever tried laying out on the floor and letting a dog or puppies lick your face as a way to cure depression? I have, and it's my cure to depression besides listening to a shitload of Vocaloid songs. Not so much as for depression, but I do lay on the floor and play with the dogs at my grandma's house sometimes, and at my friend's house. He has some very energetic dogs. He has a corgi, which I love so much. He has a dorky, which I also love. He has a cat too, which is very, very nice. And I think he has a golden retriever now. It's a big pup. I mean, when I met that puppy, he was small. I could hold him in my arms, and now he's still a puppy, and I can't hold him in my arms no more. But he's got some very energetic dogs, but I more love the corgi. Let's see. Favorite high school memory or memories? Um, you know, uh, I can't really think of any. Except for homecoming, me and my buddies, we goofed around in the photo booth, making funny pictures and everything. I think I still got those somewhere, so EVO978, don't worry. I'm not going to post it on Facebook. Yet. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not. But, yeah, that was still one of my favorite times there in high school. But like I said, most of my high school, I was being bullied, picked on, harassed for a wide variety of things, and I don't have many fond memories of high school, but I do still, again, choose high school because that's where I met so many of my great friends, who I am still friends with today. Okay, let's see. Least favorite memories from high school. Obviously, the bullying. That's the biggest. Um, Number 19. What the thing you hated about college the most and why? Again, I have to fall back on the teachers letting their egos teach a class and just how they taught it in general. I signed up for a couple of classes because I wanted to do web design and they featured web design. I get there and they're like, well, personally, I don't think anybody uses Java on websites anymore, so we're not even going to focus on that anymore. So forget about that. That's the reason you joined the class, then you should leave, because on my rules, we're not going to teach this information. We're going to teach it this way. Or when we're supposed to do specific programming, I've had the teacher say, well, personally, I don't like the program. I think it's stupid. I think it's a dog pile, and they should have gotten rid of it a long time ago. So we're going to use this free software that no major companies use or request. And that's how you're going to learn web design. Instead of the one software that everybody actually asks by name for you to use. Not to mention all of the software we use was 7 years out of date. CS 5.5? That came out a long time ago. And a lot of the stuff I learned on there, like I took 3 semesters of Flash class, which pissed me off because, at the end of this year, Flash is dead. So I've given up on doing Flash stuff, but I actually tried to make more Flash games. I copied the code I used in class, brought it over here, and used it, and it would not work. I got on with tech support. About an hour later, it was an hour, because we were going through every single line of code, trying to figure out what the hell, and then finally he said, well, you're using ActionScript 3. Nobody uses ActionScript 3 anymore. You need to learn code for ActionScript 4. 3 semesters, ActionScript 3. I'm like, okay, well, I can get CS 5.5 for free of Adobe Flash and just use that. So I downloaded that, and sure enough, the newest version of Adobe Flash doesn't have ActionScript 3.3 anymore. It has ActionScript 4. I couldn't get ActionScript 3.3 anymore. So everything I just spent 3 fucking semesters learning, literally, I cannot use outside of that classroom because all the servers are set to refresh to the default version. And when that software was installed, ActionScript 4 didn't exist. And if you try to update everything, as soon as you restart the computers, it just goes back to the server default. So you can't update the software. So that really pissed me the fuck off. Like, talk about 3 semesters I wasted learning a code that is now irrelevant and no longer works. I was pissed. Let's see, 20. Do you have any other friends who were a fan of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic besides me? No. No, I do not. You're the only person I know. Let's see. You said you were in your reaction video for Shinto that you said Sakio was a terrible mother. Not seeing a kiss. I never said she was a terrible mother. I was just wondering why was she a terrible mother, or why did she not seek out her children? I was very confused about that, and I didn't remember if it was mentioned in a previous video or not. But I never said she was a horrible mother. Believe me, I know a horrible mother. Okay, I have one in my family. Or she's no longer. Well, I guess she never was part of the family. My uncle and her never got married, but she was a horrible mother. If there was a queen of all horrible mothers, she would take the crown. But enough about that. Should keep that quiet. Least favorite horror movie villain and why? Oh, I guess the Killer Bong or Evil Bong. Actually, no. Take that back. At least that's decent, ish. Maybe if I was high, it would actually be decent, but since I'm not high, it's decent-ish. The Gingerbread Man. I couldn't even finish that movie. The Evil Bongs I could actually stomach and get through, but the Killer Gingerbread Man? Jesus, that was a god-awful movie. I think I would have to be baked out of my mind to even find that one the slightest bit of funny. It's a horror comedy. It's a stoner horror comedy. I feel like a lot more brain cells watching that one than the Evil Bong series. Okay, least favorite food. I do like trying a lot of different foods, actually, so I guess, chicken salad. I just can't stand the flavor, the smell. Just, ugh. Not my cup of tea. Do you have any favorite memories of you and your sister? Yes, I do have a lot of favorite memories of me and my sister Brittany. She's mean to me a lot of times, but deep down she does love me, and I do love her to death. Even though she's a brat, I still love her to death. And I guess, you know what? I can't actually think of any right now, because I'm trying to pick one specific memory, but there were just too many good times growing up with my sister that I just can't remember that. I guess I'll pick the one from Chuck E. Cheese's. We were there. We had a great time as brother and sister, and we played a lot of games. We won a lot of tickets. We split the tickets and got, I think it was a little football thing from Nerf they had as a prize. It's been so long, and my memory's not that good anymore, but I'm trying to remember. Is there any you'd like to do for your parents in the future? Once I get my debts paid off, I'm going to start giving them some money to help pay back the debts. They said I don't have to, but I'm going to do it anyways. I bought a new router for us because we were going streaming, and I know we needed a new router. So I actually spent $200 on a new router. Me and my sister came up with the money. We got a Ring doorbell for security. We're going to do the same thing again for floodlights or a new security camera. Has a video game ever made you cry? Yes, actually. There's been a couple scenes in a video game that have actually made me cry. One being the ending of Halo 4 where Cortana sacrifices herself. Cortana has been in the game since Halo 1, 2, 3, even in Reach. She was a lovable character, even though she was an AI and a non-playable character. She was a lovable character, and just to see her sacrifice herself to save Earth was just, it was sad. And also seeing Frank West be eaten by zombies, only to find out in the DLC that he's actually curable. If I actually try to replay that and finish that game mode, he might actually survive. I got like 28 minutes left on the counter. Hopefully I did good. Um, what advice would you give someone who's going through depression? Well, first off, there are people out there who care about you. Even complete strangers will give a damn. So find some friends, very good friends, talk things out with them. Find little things to do to distract your mind. For me, video games, movies, music. Miku's the same way, Vocaloid music, and I think her Vocaloid games. But find something that can help distract you. Keep your mind off of it. That's the best advice I can give you. Only you can conquer your depression. Nobody else can wave a wand and say, poof, your depression's gone. It's always going to be there. You can push it aside or you can cope with it. If it's really bad, please seek medical help. Get some medications. It might be a hormone imbalance in the brain. But please, under no circumstances, please don't ever take your own life. If you do feel that depressed, please call the suicide hotline. Those people, they volunteer their own time out of their busy lives to listen to you. So please call them. If you could go back in time and talk to your younger self, what would you say and why? Be closer with your family. Don't ever be angry with them. Spend more time with your great-grandmas and great-grandpas, your grandfather, and your cousin. That's really it. What's the scariest paranormal video you've seen on YouTube and why? You know, not many of them really scare me. I mean, I get a little jump scare every now and then, but that's mostly because they enhance the audio or play with the audio to fuck with me. But legitimately scared? Not really, none. Okay, this question is just for fun. If we were a couple, how do you think we would be together besides being nerdy? Well, I know we would have differences politically and around Christmas time, but I think we could look past that and get past that. I think it would be interesting. I'll just leave it at that. It would be very, very interesting. Has an anime character ever made you want to punch him in the face? Anime, no. Cartoon, yes. Eric fucking Cartman. Even though he's a kid, I'd drop kick his ass. And hit him with a baseball bat. The shit he's done, he deserves it. If you've seen Eric Cartman, his shit, you know why. And the fact that he gets away with this shit. Let's see. Favorite American food and why? Well, like I said about why I love America so much, our food is not really our food. It's a mixture of our food and other people's foods. Like, nachos. Those are good. Pizza. We've modified the pizza. We've modified so many foods. But while keeping them kind of like tradition, but adding our own ingredients and our own little twist to them. They're not really our own, but it feels like it. Favorite American food? I guess pulled pork. Actually, no. Ribs. Full slab of ribs. My dad makes the best ribs. They're sweet, and they are delicious. But don't eat them if you have diabetes. It's not good for you. But if you don't, then have at it. Favorite dream you've ever had? Well, favorite dream. I can't really remember many of my dreams anymore. Because dreams are just figments in the mind that once you awaken, they're not stored in long-term memory. They're only stored in short-term memory. If you don't keep trying to remember them, they disappear immediately. If you try to keep remembering, the details get fuzzy, you miss details, you misrepresent the dream. But there is one that does come to mind, and I guess this was me wishing, or trying to prove myself to my dad that I could do graphic design and everything. I had this dream where I built this amazing little campus, a college campus. The architecture was unique and one of a kind. It was a big, beautiful building, something you would see in an anime. And I think that's where I actually got the idea for it. And it had little living quarters, like the dorms, were kind of like based off of a Japanese hotel, single room hotel. You know, it's like a little bubble. They used cubes. It was like a little bubble. You know, you had a little window looking over the campus and everything. Everything was inside of this one gigantic building. And I just remember that I just wish I could did. I actually tried drawing it, but then I remembered I can't draw for shit. So it came out looking nothing like it did in my dream, and that really pissed me off because it was an amazing building and I wanted to draw it, but I can't draw to save my life. So it was frustrating. Let's see. Have you ever had the same dream before? I have, and I can still remember it being 5 years ago. Actually, not exactly the same dream, but binge watching Friday the 13th movies for 3 nights in a row. Yeah, for those 3 nights, I've had Jason Voorhees just out of nowhere just come out and start fucking massacring everybody in my dream. I mean, it starts out as a happy dream. And then it's like a cyanide. Have you ever seen, there's a new series on, it's through Cyanide Happiness. I think it's Octopi that actually has it on there. I think that's who they are. It's called, starts with an S. The Stockholms, I think is what it is. And it's kind of like that, you know, the last episode, everything's happy and everything's going great, and spoiler alert, the main character dies. And it's just so, like, it's just like at the climax of the happiness. It's like, oh, the feels, and then boom. It's like, oh, fuck yeah, this is Cyanide of Happiness, now I remember. But that's kind of how my dreams were with them. They were just happy, and then at the peak of happiness, here comes Jason fucking Voorhees, cutting people's heads off. Yeah. My dreams are fucked up. Let's see. Any moments in a movie that made you cry? I thought we already answered this one. Let's see. Yes, name a moment in a movie that made you cry. Any moments? Yeah, okay, you already asked that one. That's okay. Moving on to 36. Name something or some things that annoy you about girls. Well, being a custodian and all, I have a long list, but I want to keep my job, so I think it's best if I ignore that question, because I want to keep my job. 37. What do you do as a custodian? Well, as a custodian, I work for a public school and a community college. Not much is really different except for the pace. At a college, it's more laid back. At the public school I work at, it is more you gotta move or you lose kind of pace. I'm in charge of doing floor work. I'm the lead floor technician, or I think that's what my position title is. I am the floor specialist. That's what I'm called. I'm the floor specialist, so I do carpets, I scrub floors, strip floors, wax floors, buff floors. Again, do the carpet cleaning and extractions for chairs as well. On top of taking trash out, cleaning bathrooms, changing light bulbs, fixing ceiling tiles, disinfecting classrooms, and picking up outside trash. So it's not really a glamorous job, believe me, but it pays the bills. And you know, the people are nice. The teachers are nice, especially at the public school. At the community college I work at, they're like a second family to me. And I love my boss there. That's why I'm still working for her on the weekends. So that's it. This video again was dedicated to all the questions asked by the one and only Lovable Hatsune Miku. So please go follow her on MeWe and subscribe to her on YouTube. She is an amazing and outstanding YouTuber. And hopefully my little glitches don't actually show up in the video. If they do, I am terribly sorry. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and leave comments. And as always, have a nice day. Live, love, and game on.